definitely need some new intro music, guys. Well. What a weekend, gentlemen. What a weekend. Some might say a shit show.
A shit show? Really?
A shit show, yes. Some might say a productive tournament weekend of Kings of War. It just depends on what side of the fence you're on, I suppose.
Yeah. I can't believe you still made it on tonight, mate, after a big weekend.
Yeah, I was just telling Jimmy, I literally pulled in the driveway at like 6:55. I ran in, told my wife, begged her forgiveness, which we'll talk about later, and then said I'm going to empty the car out in a minute after I talk to the boys and the girls on the live stream. So. Yeah.
Here we go. I'm used to you being, now that you're an old man, so exhausted after 2 days of gaming that you can't do anything else.
Here's the thing. I am of an age now. I'm gonna be 49 this year, and I am. I mean, a 2.5 hour drive wears you out, man. I mean, honestly, wears you out. And so I am completely. I've had 2 monsters today, 5 hour energy, and a lot of soda.
Geez, Louise!
I am caffeinated up.
Your pee is gonna glow in the dark.
Exactly. Well, let's welcome everybody. Yes. Looking exciting. We got 9 people on. That's great.
Welcome.
Let's talk about what we've been up to. Jeremy, you want to start us off?
Not a whole lot new to report. I found that in painting 3D models, they look amazing, but boy, do they freaking just suck the soul right out of your body. Just all the little fiddly bits, that makes 3D models look so great, or 3D printed model, that genre of sculpts, right? Once you're like, look at all those, oh, it's amazing. And then you start painting it, and it's just like, oh, for the love of God.
That's what I feel like about those, those Kingdom of Mercia that lots of people bought on Kickstarter. I took one look at those models and I was like, there is no way I'm ever painting that shit.
So I only have a couple in my army that are this detailed, which is nice, but I keep trying to get my mind screeches done, and they're close, but just soul crushing. So just been painting, but that's pretty much it. So just continue to work on that.
I like some of these comments are funny. Age is just a number. Well, my number's big, so yeah. All right. Matt, over to you. What's going on? I mean, was it a weekend of like recuperation after the big tourney?
A little bit, getting ready. Although I'm a bit tired today. I stayed up watching the tennis last night. See my man Rafa get Grand Slam number 21 after we kicked Djokovic out of the country.
Cricket, tennis.
I know. Just
you guys don't watch tennis? Seriously, you heathens.
We are that.
Yeah, and go worship a golden cow or something. A bit of a recovery weekend. It's every chance that come another 5 days, we'll have a second baby. So trying to get a
wish
little
there was a button I can hit, like woo, like streamers and stuff come down. That'd be amazing.
So what's that going to do to your sort of gaming life? I mean,
probably ruin it. That's why I called this episode "King of Monsters and the End of the World." It's because so I'd say look for a couple of weeks. It'll probably ruin it. Just depends. If it's good sleep.
Well, this isn't your first rodeo, so that helps, right? It's not your first kid. At the first one,
exactly.
I mean, I couldn't get. I mean, the one was enough. I was like, oh, that's enough for me. I'm done.
I was quite happy to stop at 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's too powerful. He just can't,
You just... Oh, I'm fire armor piercing rounds, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I've painted, I'm almost finished a couple of regiments of knights, actually. So I've just got to do this. I've got to do the stuff for the bases. Some people do their bases first and then the models. I'm the opposite. I paint my models and then I'll make the bases. So I've got to see what I've got in the Japanese cupboard to put those on. and then I'll be another couple of regiments done. I was considering gaming the system and holding, like, just not showing you guys any pictures until March when I needed to paint another regiment or two for the hobby challenge. But no, I've got to let the cat out of the bag because I want to use them. What about you, Rob? Just gaming all weekend? Done any painting or anything last week?
Yeah, what did I do? So I don't know. I need to get some pictures of the finished mammoth model or finished Mothra model that I made. Basically, I took an ogre, kit bashed the regular ogre bits with some Basilian Palace Guard, and then gave him like this mechanical wing thing, and it's pretty cool. So I mean, I used him this weekend. I painted him up last week, and then like this weekend was King of Monsters in Batesville, Arkansas. Fun fact: Batesville is the oldest city in Arkansas. I don't know.
How was it? Arkansas.
Well, for you and our friends over the pond, yeah, it's Arkansas.
So it's true. Are there like blind banjo prodigies at every gas station? Is that for reals down there, or what are we talking about?
I will say. It's a good segue. There's a good segue. All right, so let's just jump with the elephant in the room. Okay, so I had a tournament in December where I had to go to Missouri and I had to go to Arkansas. Okay, and let me share my screen.
My brother's making himself a banjo. While we're on that topic, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty nice. It's pretty good. Pretty good with his wood.
Nice.
This was the result of the December trip through Arkansas. Okay.
Yeah.
Harmless little chip. It happens. Okay. Still with me?
Yeah,
I'm with you. Yeah. But that's a chip no longer.
No, it's a cracked windshield, right? So on a large van.
Yeah.
And then this is my debacle with a semi truck. This time. And it doesn't show the whole damage. There's damage to the rear of the car too, the quarter panel.
So we knocked
my mirror off. We were driving on the freeway.
You were driving and they took it off.
So like this, boop, and then all I heard was it sounded like a shotgun as my mirror was decapitated.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. So, I'll just say it. Fuck Arkansas. Just done with fucking Arkansas. You know, if anybody wants me to participate in an Arkansas tournament, you'll have to come and get me, and you drive me there because I'm not driving there anymore.
Did the big rig like pull over with you?
No.
He was just like,
oh really?
He's just gone. Yeah, I pulled over because I'm like, okay, how bad is it? I'm just thinking,
check your number plates and get driving.
I'm thinking my wife's gonna kill me, right? Because she didn't want me to take the car to begin with. Her van. So, all right. Anyways, so that's the elephant out of the room. Let me go ahead and my.
Have you told her yet?
Oh, you don't know my wife, man. She's fiery, dude. She would have decapitated me and castrated me if I didn't tell her. So I told her, literally maybe half an hour after I built up the courage on the road. It was rough. Yeah.
Who were you? Did you drive with anyone?
No, that's probably part of the problem too.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. It was, well, and ironically, I she's not here to hear this, but had she been in the car, I probably could have avoided it because she nags about the cars are getting too close, and I probably would have been like, "Oh man," But like I'm 49, almost 49, and I'm not Mario Andretti, so it is what it is, man.
So the truck crossed into your lane though, right?
We touched.
Yeah. You touched.
I don't know, dude. Yes, it felt. Yes, I did not go in his lane.
Yeah. Definitely the truck's fault. Well, that's what you've told the wife anyway.
That's right. So Chuck, yes, I talked to Dustin Rob at a hard-hitting list. I did have a hard-hitting list. We can talk about that.
Never go back after World War II.
Yeah, it's a fair words, but we did have King of Monsters GT this weekend. It was awesome. It was a great event. I haven't taken stock yet, but we have a lot of good content. I know for sure we got probably a good hour 45 minutes chatting about halflings in the all too early preliminary army review. Fortunately for us, we had Tom Annis on site, who has played probably upwards of 50 games at this point with.
He knows that list pretty well by now.
He does, and Chuck, 100%, dude, 100%. Like even on the freeways, it sucks. But when you get off the freeways, it's even worse.
What's interesting about halflings is I know there must be at least 4 to 6 people I know already lining up halflings as the army for this year after Clash of Kings. So we gave away one, but I think people are really joining. I don't think from a power level, just from a uniqueness modeling point of view. Certainly in Australia, I know you mob are different over there, but
yeah.
Well, it's in that sweet spot. New good models that are good. It's a solid list with lots of options that are all good. So it's like firing on all cylinders, basically.
And a different play style.
Yeah,
so you feel fresh playing it.
Yeah, it makes sense that it would be one that a lot of people would.
It just makes sense. I wish I had that on like a button.
Gravitated to.
Paige, that's the meme.
Just makes sense.
It just makes sense.
And fair Neen, if you need me to give you the clip of him saying it, I'm your man. I happen to have that audio clip. I just don't have it on.
Not a meme. Let's make it a GIF.
Oh, well, is it a GIF or a GIF?
I need the just make sense and then the sunglasses drop. Yeah.
Meme.
Well,
I guess go ahead.
I was going to say, Rob, I know you did reasonably well first 4 rounds. You got towards the top for.
I actually finished 5th overall, so not terrible.
Nice job.
But it's soft scores helps, right? Like, so I went 3-2. Well, let's do this. We have a lot of coverage coming on the event, but we don't really have a lot maybe about my stuff. It's usually talking to opponents, and we have a full spread with Taylor, who talks about building up to the event, during the event, painting the army. But let's share my
first 2-dayer?
First out of town 2-dayer. He's done one in Memphis in the game store, but it doesn't really count, right? If you're just rolling out of bed and coming over. So I'm going to share. This is my list. Let's see if I can find the stupid button to go bull screen.
Starting off so friendly. This is the new.
No. Listen. There's nothing friendly about this list. I'm tired of.
Yeah, I get it, man.
I'm like, we're coming at you. This is the most aggressive list I could come up with, and I'll touch on some of the games, but yeah, I mean, I went 3-2, and in a couple of the games, I think I don't know who I was channeling, but it wasn't Rob. I was like if there was a clock, I'm like, boom, your turn, boom, your turn, and I'm just pushing it forward and just clobbering people, and I don't know. Anyways, let's show the list. So yes, there are 5 hordes of siege breakers. Now I will say they're all naked. Yeah.
Oh, but they don't have items, Matt. They don't have items.
They don't have items. Okay? Well, actually, they're not the best thing in the list. You want to see the best thing in the list?
That's super fluffy, man.
That is the best thing in the list is the mammoth. And you know why the mammoth is great? Because he gives brutal 2. He gives brutal +1 to another unit within 12 inches with the ogre special rule. He has brutal 2 himself. And you know what else is fresh? Rampage D6. Yes, it's it. No, look, I'm not hiding from it, dude. Like it is a punch you in the nuts list. All right, well, let's round it out. So right now you see I have 6 drops so far, right?
Yes.
And then I have 4 more. I've got an ogre warlock, I got Namagarok, and I got 2 berserker bros. This list
is balance, baby. That's balance.
You know what?
It's you right in the face.
Punch. Yeah. Well, here's the deal. Everything in the list is crushing 2, except for the warlock and except for Namagarok, or more. So it's a punch you in the list. Now this weekend we all had to have a monster that was worth 305 points, and I picked Mothra, and Mothra was amazing because she flies and does all the Mothra types things, but she also heals, and she allows you to heal 4 twice in a turn.
But what I'm really interested in this, Rob, is the pick for Veil of Shadows, given it's defense 6 heavy. Did you use Veil of Shadows much?
Well, it did come into play a couple times, but
yeah, right.
It really didn't come into play that much, though. Honestly, like
how did the Berserker Bullies do? Those things look so good, man.
So good, man.
They were so freaking good. Like I was like, oh man, I cannot tell you. All right,
they do work, huh?
I'll spoil a little bit. So game 1, I played our buddy Charles Imler, CJ Imler from
somewhere.
Arkansas. And you'll hear from him, but it was a big win to me. 21 points. Basically, the scoring was 15, 10, 5, and then 4 points of attrition and 5 Kaiju points. Now, in my defense, taking Mothra, there's no way I could get all the Kaiju points, because some of them were like, did your Kaiju fight the other Kaiju in single combat? Did you kill I have a healing character. I'm not going to risk her until I need to. So there's a lot of points I left on the table. And so really, rather than getting like 24 points, which was the max, the most I ever scored was like 21, because there's a couple Kaijus I love. Anyways, first game was a big win against Charles. The second game, huge shout out to Nick McElhannis. Love that dude. If you haven't ever played him, he is so much fun. You played him before, Jeremy?
Yeah, he'll take you on a sarcastic comedic adventure.
Oh, he is so much fun to play.
He is very fun to play.
He had Night Stalkers, and I think if I'm being honest, like I didn't play that great. Kind of played like shit. And honestly, like had we had a turn 7, there's a good chance, there's a chance I could win it. But he said something to me that set the course for the rest of the weekend. He's like, dude, you're not aggressive enough. He's like, push that shit forward. What are they going to do? So, unfortunately, my clubmate, Mr. Chris Bowen, who whooped my ass at Forge GT with a very similar abyssal shooty list, caught my wrath. Mm-hmm. And I raffle stomped his ass. Like, I just pushed it forward. And I'll be honest with you, it also didn't help that his dice were not good. Like, his dice were not helping him.
Come on, don't throw him a bone, mate.
Well, and then, like, I'll give you an example. I sent Mothra into Bale, because Bale is usually a problem for me. She tied Bale up for 4 turns.
Nice.
By the time Bale actually killed her. Yeah, it was rough. But yeah, I just pushed it forward, and I was one of those ones where I push it, your turn, push it, your turn. And the Berserker bullies kind of came around the flank, and they're like, ooh, Warlock, ooh, side of the Molochs. Let me get 16 attacks and on 3s. Thank you. It was fun. And then in game 4 I played. Okay, so that was awesome, because I kind of got like some retribution there, because he whooped me real bad the last time we played. And then in game 4, I got to play Mark Bryson, who you'll hear on a future podcast. I hadn't played Mark since maybe the first Lone Wolf I went to. So 2017 maybe. He was playing.
I was going to say 1980. Right, but yeah.
This guy. So, but listen to this list, right? We're playing Dominate, first of all. Okay. His list is 2 hordes of Earth Elementals, a greater Earth Elemental, 2 hordes of Air Elementals, a greater Air Elemental, the Green Lady, the special character with the multi-heal, and Mothra. So he's got defense 6. I got defense 6, baby. Like, it was awesome. And then, like,
but no surge. Doesn't sound like he had any surge.
No. The character has surge. Yeah, he did have surge on that character as well. But he could also, some special rule, like if you're within so many units, you get to do 2 heal or something.
It can double cast on elementals based on, and has elite if within a certain amount. So it's like basically if you have an elemental army, it's like a super buffed double casting druid, basically.
So so that was awesome. And we literally had a kill box, and it was hilarious. I have to put some pictures up, because it was player place terrain. We made a kill box. It looked like a boxing ring, dude. And then, like, we couldn't fit everything in the ring, so there was just a few things over here, and that's what on the right flank, and that's what made the difference. So on the right flank, I had 2 hordes of siege breakers and 2 bullies.
Why would he make a kill box? He had Pathfinder.
Well, it's a kill box of, like, there was stuff in the kill box, lots of terrain and stuff too, right? Yeah. It was just like, but Dominate, right? Like, we wanted, like, we were gonna fight. But then on his left flank, he had a great air elemental, 2 hordes of air elementals, and a freaking tree. Oh, I forgot to say he had a tree herder too. Mm-hmm. Oh, and the Green Lady. So basically, the game, it was really came down to one gamble on his part. He sent 2 air elementals backed up by the brutal generated from the greater air elemental into a horde of siege breakers, and he didn't pop them. right?
Mm.
It's 36 attacks hitting on 3s, but then he needs 5. One of them had Thunder Charge and one didn't. So you're talking 5s and 6s for damage. And, he was looking to get like a puncher's chance of, hey, let me get like 10, get set, and maybe give me a chance. And it failed. And then the next turn, both air elemental hordes went down because Corkscrew from one, Bullies on the other, dead. And then it took me like 4 turns to get through the tree herder because, holy crap. Because he's got Mothra, he's got Heal, the green lady's got like, it's just ridiculous. Oh, he's got Iron Resolve too on the tree herder. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
So, but ended up being, I tabled him except for an air elemental. Yeah, because once that stuff went down, all of his really heavy hitter stuff. I mean, it's all defense 6, but other than his greater earth elemental, he's punching back at crushing 1. And I have a ton of heal with Mothra and
yeah, you both have defense 6 in that army, but yours punches back and his
exactly
punch back.
And mine punches on 3s, right?
Yeah.
So yes, I'm going in hindered the first time punching on 4s, but when you punch me back, you're hitting on 4s with crushing 1, and then in the counter charge, I'm punching you back, right?
Mm.
And I've got a Bane Chant, so I give 1 unit crushing 3. Oh, and let's not discount how great the Mammoth is. Crushing 2, Thunder 2. I know it's only 12 attacks, but it lays people out. And then again, Berserker Bullies make it in over there and just they catch somebody in a flank. It's awesome. And then in game 5, great game. Probably one of the best games of the weekend, but totally outplayed, totally outclassed in every way. I got to play Kyle Poole, and I don't. This army right here does not want to play goblins, regardless whether they're shooty goblins with lots of cannons and stuff like that, or what I saw today, which was lots of mincers, luggets, and backed up by some shooting, Alchemist Curse, the bullshit flying guy with 5 attacks with blast. He has crushing 1, Thunder 2. He has more kitty power than a freaking ogre. Come on, man. Anyways, we played pushing that one. And we kind of both had 3 tokens on like that were safe, and we were fighting over basically the middle token. And yeah, it was ugly. It was ugly. So, but I did finish 5th. I will say I finished 5th, so it's not terrible out of 26 players. Well,
nice, man. Congrats.
Technically 25 because we, Dylan kind of did. Oh yeah, so Dylan played, but sort of only half-assed it. I mean, he played. He won almost all his games until the end.
Yeah, half-assed it as
right, but it was an unpainted list, so like it took him out of running. Like he basically drops him to last place.
But I saw that he was actually doing well in the.
He played Dustin, and then he lost to Dustin and Jeff Radigan in the last 2 rounds.
But it was a tough field. I mean, you had Aaron Chapman, you had Nick, you had Dustin, you have Jeff Rad. I mean, you had a lot of Masters level players.
There was a big upset. So like Billy finished 2nd overall.
Mm-hmm. What did Billy take?
Free Dwarves.
Oh wow.
Yeah, shield breakers and stuff. And I don't know what happened in the game against Aaron Chapman, but I think he tabled Aaron or damn close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, oh
wow. I think there was some interesting, it was a great field of people. A lot of guys from Texas, Arkansas. We had a lot of Memphis guys there. It was a lot of fun. Dylan did a great job, and you'll hear a lot about that on,
and a much nicer venue than last year.
It's a wedding venue and is super well lit, and space was huge. So yeah, so that was my weekend. It was a lot of fun, and like I said, I finished 3 and 2. I legitimately think I was outplayed in one loss. The other loss,
And anything funky with hobby or sports scoring? We know you love a soapbox, mate. Here's your chance.
The thing is, what's weird is I as the older I get, the less I like them as being significant contributions to overall. I want them to still be there, and so it was 120 points available in battle, and then 80 points in soft scores, 40 in paint, and 40 in and I think I maxed out in paint, but a lot of people did. It was kind of like a checklist. So, I think I got 30. Go ahead.
Sorry, you finish, mate.
No, I was gonna say I think I got 30 out of 40 on sports. I'm not sure how the sports scoring worked. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny because over time I become more open to them being inclusive, because I mean, I guess the theory is that there's 2 ideas, right? One, it stops people ideally being dicks or just bringing unpainted stuff, and 2, the spectacle looks better for other people. That my question is if you make the painting elaborate, does that actually turn people off?
Well, really, to me, it's just a question of they have to be included. The question is, how much is their contribution to overall, and how much of it do you set aside for the special side awards? Like, for example, painting. There's no reason why painting couldn't. There's a couple different ways you do painting. You just have an all-in score, and it goes right to contribution. Right to overall, or they have what's called a cap score, where like only 20 points. Maybe their paint goes up to 40, and only 20 points counts to overall. Does that make sense? And so in sports the same way. It just
you want to take a look? I have the results.
Oh, I would love to. I would love to see that. Where did you? So I don't think these are posted. So you must have got a hold of Tom Hannes, the spy net.
I know nothing. Things just appear in my mailbox.
You want to zoom in? I don't know.
Can you guys see that? Okay.
So
yeah, we can see it.
Yeah. So was it out of 40, Rob? The paint?
Yeah,
paint was out of 40. I think, and sports was out of 40.
Okay.
So Dustin first, Billy second. Actually, Tom third. Nice, Jeff. Rob. Yeah, that's a really. Yeah, you did good, Rob. That's look at that top 10. That's a.
Well, like I said though, like battle wise, 81 points, dude. I mean, I guess Tom is only 2 ahead of me, so I don't feel so bad. I don't feel like I soft scored it all the way. Should shout out to Tom, best sport, super nice guy.
40. He got max sports.
Yeah.
Man,
don't forget
under the table. Do it a little.
Yeah.
We
got him after the event, so you'll hear from Tom and Dustin.
Hanson Tom could go under the table with me anytime.
Yeah, I know. Seriously.
So I find that sports there really interesting. So to me, that's a sports score that's not functioning well when you've got that kind of spread.
I think it's like 15 points of on-table sports, and that's why I think you see most people with at least 15 to 20 points, right? Or 15 points. And then I think the rest is like favorite opponent votes. And, I don't know. I'm not going to keep, I've said my piece on it. I like the way I do it at Kings of Memphis. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah. Because the difference between that's like Dustin got 24 and Max is 40. That's like a win. I mean, that's a pretty big gap.
Yeah. And like, that's not a name I hear coming up about being a bad game regularly.
Who's that?
Dustin. Yeah.
Oh, Dustin. Yeah. Well, again, like I'm sure. I think the way it worked, and I'll have to have Dylan correct me, but because I don't.
I'll just be 1 second.
No worries.
Okay.
I think it's you rank your opponents 1 through 5, and then it's like if your first place vote gets you 5 points,
sure.
Second place gets you 4, and it just goes and adds it up, right? Yeah. So. If you look at it, maybe I scored 30, right? So maybe I I think it started with 15 points. Vote yeah, so maybe I got 3 first place votes, or maybe I got like 1 first place vote. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But I like that part of the sports scoring to be a little less to overall, but it's fine. I mean, hey, it's like the joy of life, right? Like there's different tournaments, different styles. It all works, right? And so yeah.
And I mean, there was no one close to him, to Dustin anyway.
I'll post some pictures, Chuck. I'll post some pictures tonight on the Facebook page of my mechanical flying ogre, which
because Dustin would have won best bat. I mean, he did crushed. Really well. He dominated.
We went 5-0. He did. There was no. Yeah. No one was
what did he?
Well, if he gets a higher sports
Night
score,
Stalkers.
like, it's
was he playing the Oni Night Stalkers?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a nice looking army.
Man, Night Stalkers are such a good list. Mm-hmm. I think Ogres are probably the most brutal list, but I think Night Stalkers now are probably the best overall list.
Oh, so the greens were there? Yeah. Wow, a really nice field. Randy.
Yeah, it was tough at the top. It was tough at the top, and so I was worried. Like it was like, ugh. And like that last game 5, man, I was like, man, I could have played a lot of really tough people, and end up playing Kyle was great, right? Because Kyle's. Oh
yeah, what an awesome opponent. He's a perfect example of you can play someone who's at the top of their game and also have a joking, fun back.
He's
and
like
forth
Dustin.
Game.
Yeah, I mean, like if I'm gonna get beat, I want to get beat by someone that's cordial and help me learn a little bit.
Oh yeah, and that's a great thing because like Kyle will talk, talking tactics. He'll talk with you about the game as it's going, and you know what I mean. So just a super solid opponent.
Yeah. Taylor just got home, so he carpooled with Kyle. So that was great. We'll have a lot from Taylor coming up on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm curious because the local tournament's one thing, but that first 2-day travel GT, there's something really magical. It's like going to Disneyland for the first time. You know,
we got
first time a lady touched your balls. You know what I mean? It's like you remember it forever.
Oh,
now
man,
it's like secondhand. You know, but
the second hand.
Well, you know, like.
I don't even know how to follow that up.
Yeah.
Anyway, can you get that episode out? Get that one out first, Rob. I reckon.
Well, I'm sorry. No, the one with Taylor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's hear what first time touching ball sounds like in audio form.
Oh man. We also got a great episode where we had a roundtable talking about points levels, kind of a continuation of the Facebook page where we had a real good discussion on, what points level people like. Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm super
Paige,
excited.
there's your second meme for the episode.
No.
Yes.
You do not have permission. I do not give my consent.
Dude, it's on the interwebs now. Permission's given.
No.
Oh man.
I own the IP rights to this piece of software.
Well, that's probably true. I signed a terms of
signed away your life
somewhere. Who knows? Apple can do whatever they want with my data.
I'm gonna look and see if I can find a picture of that Mothra that I made.
Oh God, yeah. I wondered what you were searching for a picture of then. After, well, what's this segue?
Okay,
let's see here. So what else? What do we got coming up? We got anything coming up?
Well, I got a little sick this weekend, so I'm behind editing. But we recorded a narrative workshop, which will be finished in the next day or so.
Little Birdie said somebody came out of retirement.
Yes, we have some retirement returning. The return of Mr. Zielinski. Mark will be there, which is great. We have the Winged Hussar guys, and it's a really interesting because it's about one of the new Halfling novel that has one of the characters that's actually in the game. So it's one of the Halfling special characters, and
that's what they need to do.
Yeah, so it's actually a story building the lore of a character within the game.
Totally.
And not only we cover the book, we do some spoilers, where we also talk a little bit with the author of what it's like to write halflings, because we've seen lots of different variations of elves, dwarves, but when it comes to halflings and hobbits, right? I think that's one of the most Tolkien-esque fantasy races that really hasn't been interpreted in really different ways. So I asked him what were his thoughts dealing with that sort of such a thematic race. So anyway, so that's going to be coming out this week. A bunch of cool stuff in that episode.
Yeah, nice. And I'm hoping to bag an episode with the Clash of Kings winner and chuck that onto the stuff that we recorded there and get that out
from Aussie Clash of Kings.
Yeah, right? before there's another. Wow.
So this is
before you multiply.
I don't know. I didn't really come up with a cool name, but this is my flying ogre.
Cool. Kind of
he's got this pile of loot down below. Now this is before I painted the base, to be fair. But he's flying and he's handing out candy to the troops. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. So a lot of fun.
And it's kind of like Da Vinci-esque wings too.
Yeah,
those are always cool.
The backside, it's got some gears and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. They need to be sturdy to carry an ogre, that's for sure.
Yeah, but you know what I get to do now? Wings are magnetized on. Now he gets to become a siege breaker. Bam! Or number 6 on the way.
That's funny. Let me see if I can share one more picture. Let me see if I want to do this Chrome tab.
Ooh, and maybe Rob, have you got just because my computer's a dog? I did the pictures of my knights to you guys last night.
I can pull them up.
Yeah, so I'll show you the Mind Screech I'm working on. If you want to pull that screen in.
Let's see here. You just put those in the chat, so we just put this back on stream. So do you want to? So I'm gonna. Is this the right? This is one of yours, Jeremy, right?
Yeah. So this is the Mind Screech I'm working on.
Okay.
So
man, that's looking good.
It's on the home stretch. It's just all these snakes. The hair is just crazy. But I'm just working on trying to get the underbody blended.
She got abs like me.
Yeah, and that's
painted on.
That's painted on. So I really was trying to create some.
Boom! I finally nailed one. I've been waiting like 6 months to get one in on you.
Create some sexiness in her middle section. So anyway, yeah. So that's the back.
Yeah, that's looking so good, man.
So that's like it's kind of like a black, but I like to use a little blue when I highlight black to. Anyway, so that's what we're doing there.
And then we got some pictures. These ones I was like, I wanted to say, Matt, did you paint these? I was like,
I did indeed paint these. Obviously, not a very good picture. I'll put better pictures up.
I love the mains are so vibrant, though. I love that red color.
Where the heck?
God, make sure we haven't said anything inappropriate in there, Rob.
That's right. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, there's my fishies.
Oh, sorry. Let me pull them back up.
No, that's all right.
Awesome.
The ones I salvaged from being stuck to the tray. That came out all right.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, but I really like. I think the mains, because my original test model with those lines, I just kept the mains as black.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it looks heaps better going to.
Yeah, it's a much more interesting like focal point, color focal point right there. I think those look really good.
Thanks, man.
I like it.
Yeah, you did a good job. Yeah.
Yeah, so now I just got to decide what I'll do on the base. Yeah, but maybe this session is short and sharp.
It very well could be. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Next tournament, let's just go around the horn. Mine is going to be Riddle of Steel, which is end of February. So everyone's booked up. People are getting Airbnbs and everything. So I think we're going to probably lose a couple people, but I think in the end that will be a little nicer. We were going to struggle to fit 13 tables. So I think now we're down to 11 tables. So
and Rashad's going to be back in time?
Yeah, Rashad is coming back soon from the fatherland, from Germany. So he'll be back. Everyone's getting ready to go for that. So that's going to be end of February 20th, I believe. So what about you, Rob? What's next tournament wise?
I guess I have to wait for my wife to decide. I'm supposed to do.
I know what car you won't be taking.
Yeah, I'm supposed to play at the end of February, mid-February. Melee at Shiloh, which is in Fayetteville. So
okay,
we'll see. We'll see if that pans out. I paid for it. I'm signed up.
Is that like Shiloh Slaughter? Or
it's the new Shiloh Slaughter. Yeah,
it's the new Shiloh
name
Slaughter.
After coming out of COVID, so it's kind of like a new brand.
Okay, got it.
Same thing. I love this comment. Taylor, he plays me every week, and he. I will say, the fact that I play his Abyssal Doors every week meant when I played all the Defense 6, I know how to beat Defense 6.
Yeah,
right?
you had those reps, right?
Yeah, I have just like it's muscle memory at this point. But and then that's February. March, I don't know. We're not doing Adepticon. It's a bridge too far with everything else going on this year. Seattle Masters and and everything. And then April is Lone Wolf. And I heard today Dan King is going to be there.
Yeah, I think we're going to see it. We might see a couple UK people coming for Lone Wolf. So
I'm definitely going to have to make. And I also heard it was originally scheduled on April. It was on Easter weekend. They made the decision to move it a week early, so it's not on not on Easter weekend.
Cool.
Yeah, a lot of people were frustrated about that.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to make Lone Wolf as well. So in March we do have Circle of Iron down in Birmingham, or not Birmingham, but it's Alabama somewhere. So I might make that, but again, I'm gonna have to find somebody to pick me up because my wife's not gonna let me drive nowhere no more at this point. Well, boys,
yeah. And then Matt's gonna be playing in Poopapalooza.
Yeah, Poopapalooza
2022.
Exactly. Yeah. The Spray King.
Well, good luck, my friend. I know everything will go great. Congratulations. Do you guys know the gender of?
Yeah, having a little girl named and everything, mate. Yeah.
Oh, nice. So you're going to be in a house full of ladies, right?
I am.
So you're vastly outnumbered.
If you ever need some advice, I'll hook you up with my our local game store, Mike. 4 daughters.
What's his last name again?
Horner.
Yeah. I'm changing my name to Mufasa. King of my pride.
Well, guys, cool. I think we can wrap this one up a little early tonight. What do you think?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
Matt's got to go do some work, actual work.
Yeah, I've actually got to go inspect a rental place for business, but so It's
Are
good
you
that
guys
we're finishing earlier.
moving office?
No, well, the other place I'm associated with potentially, yeah. So
awesome. Well, everybody online, we really appreciate you joining us. I hope you enjoyed little quick take on King of Monsters and a few other discussions. We'll have if you joined us, you heard there's a lot of stuff coming up. None of it from Alex. So I don't know.
He couldn't even get his dinner cooked on time to get on tonight, guys.
No,
he's just like the cool kid who doesn't really do. You just want him to sit at your lunch table sometimes. So he just sits at the lunch table sometimes and makes the rest of us look better. So I guess he just can do whatever he wants. That's what I've come to. Just whatever.
I do have solid colored shirts. Yeah, I do. But they're not button down, so I don't wear them to work.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll wear one for you one day, Chuck. Yeah.
Well, awesome. Do you want to take us out, Jeremy?
And remember, always keep counter charging.
Thanks, everybody. That was fun.